Now she's ready to be born. And I tell you what, oh my God. It was horrifying. It was horrifying. My wife was in labor probably 18 to 20 hours at least. It was it was, and she wasn't dilated enough, so she couldn't. So the first we go to the hospital, and I can honestly say the experience was horrible. It was New York City. It was horrible, horrible. We go walking in there. She's in horrible pain. Like she's crying. She's sobbing from the pain. And you, as a man, you feel helpless because your natural instinct as a man is to protect and to provide and look after your wife or look after the female. And they put her in a room, and she's like, Jim, just tell him the pain I'm in. She's in there like, they're like, we're gonna call you doctor, and we'll get to him. I don't know what country they were from, but they could care less. They can care less. And I finally, after about 3 hours of her screaming in this room, I go walking back to the desk. I go, man, she's in so much pain. And the woman goes, of course she's in pain. She's having a baby. She's in pain. That's what happened. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to go tell my wife that you just said that. I'm going to take a long walk, and she's just going to have to suffer because. So we finally demand something. They give her drugs, and they send us home. So we go home. And that's another thing I do as a bit. But when my wife was first in labor, I came home, because that's another thing. You waiting nonstop for your wife to go, hey, my water broke or whatever, and she's hovering over the toilet seat like she's got to drop a deuce. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh my God, my back. I got all this pressure, and I think my ass is falling out. And she turns around, you gotta look at my ass and tell me my ass is falling out, Jim. It's coming out. My ass is falling out. Who prepares for that? Who prepares for your wife to turn around telling you your ass is falling out? And she turns around, ass is falling. I've never seen it. I went full-blown shock. I'm like, oh my God, her ass. What is that? What is that? So then we go to the thing. So now they send us home, and my wife is in worse pain, but now she's drugged. And now we're in panic because every time she tries to walk, she stumbles and she's falling. So now I have a wasted pregnant mother, and I'm praying to God like the baby doesn't get killed from her falling and smashing herself. Finally, we can't take it anymore, and we go back to the hospital. She's sitting in there for another 6-7 hours, calling the doctor. The doctor took literally 16 to 18 hours to show up. On my life. I'm not even kidding you. And she screamed, man, my wife was cursing. She was saying words. The other nurses were coming to the room just to like, sweetie, you gotta concentrate. She's like, fuck you. I was promised drugs. I was promised drugs. It's just like, oh my God, this is horrifying. And finally, the doctor shows up. Now she's got 104 fever. 104 fever. And they're talking about, we're going to lose the baby. Oh my God. And they're giving her an ice bath. They're icing her down. And then they finally go get a suction cup, which is a plunger. You know, I'd say this in my bit, but it's a plunger. They come in, attaches the head, and suck the babes. They wanted to do a C-section. My wife's like, please, no. Do everything you can. I don't want to be cut. Please. They finally pull, and they pull the kid out. Hey, it's a girl. And there isn't, I mean, they pull it out, and they're cutting cords. Her head looks like it's like this long and skinny from being sucked. Looks like it was sucked by a vacuum. So you get this long, pointy head, and like, yeah, that'll go back to normal. Yeah, everything's fine. Then they take her and they go, we want to make sure the baby is fine because she had 104 fever. And they just immediately take the baby away. I went, whoa, 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 whoa. Mom's going to like, we can't have the mother hold her. And I'm like, no, I'm going to hold this baby. And my wife's going to hold the baby. Well, I said, my wife is holding the baby. And I'm holding the baby. This hospital sucked. New York City sucked. Horrible. They take her away. They come back to like, hey man, we try to go into her spine and we missed. So we got to do it again. Like, no. They're jabbing her, they're poking her. They put her in an incubator so no one could be near her because they got to make sure she's okay. Which I understand. But my wife's devastated. And there's worse scenarios out there, but she's devastated. So I get to, I'm holding her and I've changed her for the first time. And the nurses in that unit were night and day. They're like, your baby's going to be fine. Your baby's going to be fine. They just keep you a precaution. It's okay, baby. They were amazing. And when we brought her home, which I got to say, when you bring her from newborn home, as a parent, I'm like, are you sure you trust us with this? Like, this is, like, we don't know what we're doing here. Like,
check out the Breuniverse every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. If you can't wait till then, sign up for Patreon and get it a day early, along with other exclusive content.